Now, I don't know about any of you guys, but Electroman Adventures is one of my favorite Geometry Dash levels. I wonder how many people will agree with me. Leave your answers in the comments. Nah, but honestly, Electroman Adventures is really underrated. I love this level. While I don't play it as much as Blast Processing or Geometrical Dominator, it's still fun. But yeah, enough talk. Electroman Adventures is great. But what if it was even easier? Well, you've came to the right place. Today, we're going to be making Electroman Adventures easy. This video is for the people on Geometry Dash Lite who can't get past Electroman Adventures. Trust me, I've been there once. Electroman Adventures was impossible for me. But yeah, let's get to nerfing. First up, we have these two saw blades, and the simple answer is to just put them up. Like, just put these saw blades up on the ceiling. This is easier than the level itself. Next up, we have these 3 jumps. And they're quite easy, but not too easy. Because look, you could still die. So I say we keep the saw blade and add a jump pad. So then you could just jump over the blocks. Yeah! Now we could just bonk our head on the ceiling and be on with our merry way. But I don't want to continue jumping, so let's just bring this platform down so you could just land on it. And then let's also add a pad right here. And then for right here, we could just add some slopes because slopes are my favorite Geometry Dash block. Fight me. Slopes are so fun to use, especially for ball gameplay. I don't like that there's a spike wall right here. So let's just move it up a little bit. Oh, but guess what? We have our first orb of the level. And I think we should keep it, though. Let's just have a sign that says click. Because, you know, there's nothing wrong with babying the players, am I right? And there's another spike wall. Get rid of that thing. Here we have 2 orbs you can click and 1 that you can't click. I honestly don't think there's a reason to have 2 pink orbs. Like, just add a red orb.
But can't Mickey red orbs weren't added in 1.6?
Okay, so? Also, welcome to 2.2, pal, where we can do whatever we want. Someone made freaking Mario Kart in Geometry Dash. How much more reasonings do you need? Geometry Dash is a game engine. Do not fight me because that is a fact. And another spike wall? Bro, get out of here. I do not like the spike walls. Just replace it with breakable blocks so then people know what they're used for. Now we have a saw blade right here. Removed. I figure since the player learned how to use orbs right here, let's just allow them to click these orbs. Okay, this level is painfully easy so far. It's great. Guys, how would you feel if we brought in some pads right here? So then when you click the orb right here, you can hit the pad and you get a little boost. I do have to say, that's kind of a big boost. Now we're on to the best coin in the entire game. Well, one of the best coins. To get this coin, you need a hold and... Wait, holding? Yo, I have an idea. Introducing Geo. Basically, he's your quote-unquote helper throughout this entire level. He tells you when to hold down the click button, so that's kind of neat. Do you want to get the coin? Then get the coin! Do you not want to get the coin? Then don't get the coin. The Dashlands is a free country. Do whatever you want. Vote Can't Miggy for the president of the Dashlands in 2026. Anyway, let's make the coin route easy. But you know, I ain't lazy, so we're still gonna make it easier, even though it's already easy. Because Can't Miggy is not lazy. Okay, maybe sometimes. But should we nerf the bottom part? Sure, why not? After all, I just said Can't Miggy is not lazy. But wait! There's a single spike jump in this part. I think I have an idea. Everybody, say hello to Spicky the Spike. I'm gonna need everyone in the comments to say, hello, Spicky. And you should also say hello to Geo while you're at it. Well, you don't have to say hi to them, but it's very much preferred. We're almost at the ship section, but before we get there, there's an orb right here. I would do absolutely nothing with the orb, but I kind of want to do something with it. There we go. No clicking involved. Oh boy, now we're on to the ship part. I am not excited for this. Cause if you guys don't know, there's literally no solid place you can land on in the ship part. Well, except for right here. Or right here. But the beginning part How am I gonna nerf this? You know what, how about I just copy and paste this structure and bring it over here. Now we can just chill on the structure before having to go out into the real world. The real world of flying. Maybe I could add a red pad right here so then you could just go flying into the atmosphere. And then for right here, we could just place a bunch of gravity portals. But we just need to bring out Geo again for his second appearance. It's only been 2 seconds and bro already has his second appearance. So the beginning of the holding section works, but now we're on to part 2, aka the gravity swaps. Yeah, I'd say that works pretty well. And look how smooth it looks as well. Geo is low-key a goat for telling you to hold. But now we just have to worry about the coin. You know what? Screw the original route. We're gonna do something new. You see these 2 saw blades right here? That's right, you have to go in between these 2 saw blades to get your sweet coin. The only bad thing is that you have to enter it upside down because you're upside down here. So, my apologies. I mean, we could also add a gravity portal. That works. Personally, I think this part actually works really well for what it is. I find it kind of ironic that the coin is very difficult while the rest of the level is easy 2-star in modern days. Like, I don't know, that's just funny to me. But I kind of worry that people will continue to hold in this part, and you're not supposed to hold in this part. So what if we have one of Geo's brothers tell you to stop holding? Introducing one of Geo's brothers, Dash. So Geo's job is to tell you to hold, and Dash's job is to tell you to stop holding. So they're both pretty important to the entire level, because if you don't listen to either of them, you die. So if you're playing this level, I recommend you listen to Geo and Dash. Oh, check this out, we're onto this little saw blade corridor section. This part is already easy, but what if it was even easier? What if we have the player click these yellow orbs to get over the saw blades? That'll be kind of funny. This defeats the whole purpose of the ship game mode, but I think it's funny. Like, look how high we bounce. We just hit the ceiling. And this part's kind of like a little Flappy Bird section, but not as flappy. It's more like flying. I think we can nerf this by moving this platform over. I think that could work. And then when you land on the platform, you have to click this yellow orb so you launch up to this next platform. Then I think you could just fall down here and just maneuver your way toward the cube. Yeah, that definitely works. I think we're done with this entire ship part. Hey, not bad. Oh boy, I'm excited for this next part. I think for this part, we should do a speed round, which means I kind of just get over this part in like a minute or less. I don't know. But yeah, let's start the speed round. First up, we have this orb and we want to remove it. Replace it with a platform and remove the pad. Same thing with this orb, you gotta go. You know, this part right here is kind of fun, but this jump isn't fun. We could just add a pad right here because that's the easiest thing to do. And then we allow the player to jump right here. Oh, you die right here. Yeah, that works pretty well. Alright guys, the speed round is officially over. And that's kind of awesome because now we're on to the ball section. How about for when we go into the ball, we immediately get thrusted upside down. And as soon as you enter, you could just click. I have never done this idea in a nerfing video before, but what if we just spam on this part? Honestly, I think it'll be kind of off character if we have Geo or Dash tell us how to do it, so let's bring in their third brother. Now, I know all of you OG viewers know who this is, but we have a ton of newbies here, so we need to introduce them to Metri. He is the third brother of Geo and Dash, and if you put their names together, it's Geo, Metri, and Dash. Anyway, Metri's telling you to start spamming, so you should listen to him. Because if you spam on this part, it actually works pretty well. Well, except for the death. Alright, let's see if the spamming thing works. Not really, you die. We just need to bring in Dash so he can tell you to stop holding. Because Metri is always excited whenever he sees a spam challenge. But Dash wants to keep the player safe, so he tells you to stop holding / spamming. If you guys think about it, Dash is kind of the GOAT. I mean, this part's no big deal. We just have a click sign, and then we just replace these orbs with gravity portals. Oh gosh, now we're on to the mirrored cube section. Not a big fan of the mirror portal, but it's not really used that often, so I could give it that. but as soon as you enter the mirror portal, you might accidentally jump and die to the spike wall. What's with Rob Top and spike walls in this level? I don't get it. Like, is this a trend in Electroman Adventures or something? Why are there so many spike walls? I mean, it doesn't really matter because we could just nerf them and they're also pretty easy to avoid, but still, there's too many of them. For right here, what if we just add a little drop down section? Similar to what Clutterfunk does, but shorter. Now let's replace this blue orb with an upside down portal because upside down portals are just the auto version of blue orbs if you think about it. I think I got a comment one time saying that green orbs are useless because the blue orbs already exist. And for that, I kind of agree, but green orbs kind of swing you if you know what I mean. Like instead of launching you immediately into the atmosphere like the blue orbs, the green orbs kind of swing you. Kind of like this. I don't know, that's just what I think. What do you guys think? Are green orbs useless? Leave your theories in the comments. Are you guys ready for the UFO section?
Nope.
I definitely like the UFO section, but how am I gonna nerf this part? What am I supposed to do? Ooh, maybe I can utilize these little pixel blocks. So I think we could use these for the entire part. That doesn't sound like a bad idea. Now let's add a yellow pad right here. How far do we go with that? Pretty far. How about we copy and paste this structure and bring it up? I don't know, I just think it looks nicer if it's just one big corridor. Oh snap guys, check this out. We got a little closing in section, if you know what I mean. My gosh, I'm tired of all these spikes everywhere. Just get out of here, spikes. I hate spikes. Well, not all spikes. Some of them are pretty chill. Like Spicky, for example. Also, did you guys say hi to him? I really hope you guys did. Alright, let's see. Does this part work? Yeah, it kind of works, except for the fact that you die. I just realized that in this entire section, the UFO doesn't do its job. Because the UFO's job is to click to bounce. And pretty much this entire part, well, except for the steps, this UFO just relies on pads. So how about before we enter the ship portal, let's allow the UFO to do its thing. You know, spice up the gameplay a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, this part's actually pretty nice. I do like it. Up next is the ship part, and this part's actually really short until we're on to another UFO Flappy Bird section. Then after that is another ship part, then the final cube, a ball section, and then one last cube until the level ends forever. Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah, ship nerfing. I don't know why, but I kind of want to remove these ground spikes right here. Actually, no, what if we just bring back the gravity portals from the first ship part? Actually, no, what if for right here we utilize the green orb? Nope, not right there. Because I don't think I've ever used a green orb in my nerfing videos. That might be false, but let me know in the comments if I've ever used it before. Because my memory is not as sharp as it used to be. I mean, it's still pretty good now, but, like, it's not the best. You see that orange dot right there? If you hold exactly right here, you could see that the line is very smooth. So, I'm thinking, how about we bring back Geo? So, Geo is here, and he's saying, hold there. But I don't know how we're going to mark where to hold. Maybe we can use a little arrow? I'm not really sure, though. Maybe we could use a circle instead. I think that could work. And then color it green just to let you guys know that you're supposed to click right there. Oh yeah, that for sure works. Then of course we must bring back Dash to tell you to stop holding. So Dash is telling you to stop holding. So how about we use an X to tell you when to stop holding? Yeah, that totally works. Hey yo, who's this guy? I did not invite him to the party. Now we're on to this UFO part where you can do a funny swag route. I like this part. It's fine for what it needs to be. But the question is, how shall we nerf it? Wait a minute. I have an idea. I'm sure you guys know that the main gimmick of the UFO is to click to jump. Well, what if we make these pillars move with you as you jump? It sounds confusing, but you'll see what I mean when I'm done. Okay, I am done with this part. Now I will show you what I was talking about. You see? The pillars move with you! So it doesn't matter how you play. You could like go down, you could go up. It doesn't matter. The pillars will still follow you. Yeah, I like this part. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. But now we're on to this ship part, and I'm not really excited for this part because I don't really want to reuse the same idea. I mean, I totally could because it's my level, but that'll be boring. Well, I know first things first, we gotta remove the spikes because that's the easiest way to nerf things. Just remove all the hazards so no one gets hurt and we have the greatest day of our lives. I mean, I could extend the platform. That is like the easiest thing I can do. That is one chunky boy right there. How's about we add a gravity portal right here? Because, you know, I love my gravity portals. They're honestly just a free way of making this level easier, and I don't even have to put that much effort into it. Because, look, you can fall from this platform to this platform, and literally nothing happens to you. It is awesome. Okay, that doesn't work as well as the other one, so we have to nerf that. If you guys are watching the video up until this point, now's the perfect time to tell you to please consider subscribing to the channel. I post a ton of really cool Geometry Dash and Minecraft content, so if you guys want to see my videos as soon as they come out, consider subscribing with the bell notifications on. And if we can get this video to 3,000 likes, then I will do Club Step easy. So now you guys don't have to ask for Club Step anymore. Just get this video to 3,000 likes and I'll do it. I kind of like this section because of the gravity portals, because I'm a gravity portal nerd, which basically means I know everything about gravity portals. They were added in Dry Out and they flip your gravity. That's all you gotta know. Okay, that part actually works really well, but honestly, I'm feeling kind of evil in this part. What if we add some spikes? But wait, hold your horses and spikes. This part is actually going to be auto, because we're adding gravity portals, so you don't even have to click, because this entire section utilizes the gravity portal, so I like that. Well, I don't like that you die here, so screw you. Oh boy, now we're on to the mini cube section, which is a way bigger mini section than the first one. I'm talking about this one right here, because this one's kind of small. It takes up like 5-10% of the level. I'm not really sure though. Though this part is like 3 times as big as the other one was, so that is great. Anyway, let's get on with the nerfing. First off, I can see that you can hold in this entire section, so let's bring over Geo to this section, because Geo is the holding guy. He tells you when to hold, and it's kind of awesome. I mean, you don't have to listen to Geo, but listening to Geo is actually recommended. Bro, I love that you can skip this platform right here. It's kind of hilarious. You know what? How about we just bring down this spike right here, because, well, you can skip it. Why would you need to land on it, you know? And then this orb can be replaced with the pad, because pads are just the auto version of orbs. We've been over this since Theory of Everything. Also, screw you, blue orb. Let's just use the spider pad because they're better and more auto. I think this is the first time in Kamigi nerfing history that we use a spider pad. And that's actually kind of nice because we're introducing new mechanics. That's always nice, because why would you ever want to play this level if it literally just has the same gimmicks as before? Anyway, we're bringing over dash so we can tell you to stop holding. Right here you can hold again, but I think that'll be kind of overusing the gimmick, so let's just not do that. Instead, if you step on this platform, you get launched up into the atmosphere. Okay, does it work? Yeah, that kind of works, but you still die. Same thing right here too. Make it launch you to the moon. And as a joke, let's remove this platform and bring down this saw blade. So now it just looks like a dead end. So for this section, you have 2 choices for which route you can take. You can jump from this platform to this one, or you can jump on this platform to this one. Think of it as a pick a path. Or actually, I have an even better idea. The final coin in Electroman Adventures is not a good coin, because it's easier than the normal route, which kind of defeats the whole purpose of the coin. Because if you guys don't know, coins are supposed to be difficult. So how about we bring it from this garbage section to over here in the pick-a-path area? Yeah, that coin works amazingly. Now let's compare that to the regular route. Yeah, it's not as fun, and you die as well, so that sucks. But yeah, I actually like this coin. It's actually a really fun change, and it's way better than the one in the original level, that's for sure. And as for these saws, let's just remove one of them because the jump is already easy. You don't need my help. Alright guys, it's ball time. Let's do it. So as soon as we enter, we have these micro clicks. But to make this easier, I think you should just click them once and we just replace the other click with some blue pads. Yeah, that works fine. And as for this part right here, let's just extend this platform. That seems to work way better. Oh, wait a second. They made a silhouette of Geo and Electroman Adventures. Okay, this pick a path section. What should we do here? Maybe we could make the bottom path the hard one and the top one the easy one. Because most people will go for the bottom path just because it's a few less clicks. It's not even tied to a coin or anything, it's just more difficult because it's the easier part. Okay, the bottom path is still easy, but it's just a little bit more difficult. But the top path is very easy. Now let's place a pad followed by an arrow and then a gravity portal right here so you can launch yourself into the pad and back into the cube section. Nope, it doesn't work because you die. How about I just use a gravity portal to make your gravity heavier, and then we change it at the last second before you hit the pad. Oh yeah, that works perfectly. The way you just slam into the pad and into the cube. Whew, it's perfection. Anyway, guys, we're on to the final stretch. We're almost there, Cat Miggy. You can do it. Before we start nerfing this section, I want to thank everybody who stuck around until this very moment. Thank you so much, guys. If you made it this far into the video, be sure to comment, Geo is God, because he is. For this blue orb section, why don't we just remove it and replace it with a bunch of pads? I mean portals, sorry, I forgot what these things were for a second. I'm so used to replacing orbs with pads, so I just called the portals pads. Please excuse me. How about we just extend this block right here so we can make it a big boy? And then we add some slopes! I love me some slopes. They're my favorite geometry dash block. Well, not my most favorite, but they're definitely up there. Then for these two final jumps, we just have signs that tell you to click because... yeah. I mean, what am I supposed to do here? Add pads? And besides, it's the final part of the level, so why not just add interactivity before we leave forever? But anyway, yeah, we're done with this entire level, and that is kind of crazy. Anyway, yeah, guys, I think that's gonna be it for this nerfing, so let's showcase this level. Let's do it. The Easy Adventures is officially on my Geometry Dash account. So if you guys want to play the level for yourself, the ID is 124, 603, and 911. And my username is CampMigYT. Anyway, yeah guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. Have a great rest of your day or night, and be sure to play the level if you enjoyed this video. CampMiggy out.